Hello, Sagittarius rising. My name is Chloe. Welcome to your Virgo season energy forecast. I'm so glad you're here. Virgo is the sign of discernment and your fellow mutable sign, of course, mutable earth. So much in common, yet so different, right? Um, for you, Sagittarius rising, I have a few themes coming up. I'm going to be using some cards for you this Virgo season. There's the Crystal Tarot, which is a beautiful like stained glass artwork deck. Um, and then we have this like super Aquarian oracle. It's called it's called Art Through the Star Stream. There is a flying saucer coming through. There's Glastonbury Tour. I just get such a kick out of it. Um, okay, so it's a big month for you, Sagittarius rising. With Virgo season, we have sort of this like mid-year check-in, a very like back to school vibes, beginning again. We're halfway through the astrological year, and in my opinion, it is more of like a new year feeling than say Capricorn season or like January. Capricorn, of course, is a cardinal earth sign, so it does have a lot of that initiatory energy. But yeah, Virgo is like ending, coming out of summer, going into fall, that sort of transition. Or if you're in the southern hemisphere, coming out of winter and into spring. So it's the energy that like moves us along in the earth realm, in the practical, tangible stuff, right? So for you, it is a 10th house transit. The sun is activating your 10th house of your life's work and your legacy. And Virgo, of course, is transitioning us into the next phase. So, I do want to hold a bit of space for you and send you compassion around like what might be ending. Of course, there's nothing to worry about. This is like a general video for all Sagittarius rising. So I'm not going to suggest like your careers are ending or you're going to get fired or anything like that. But you are all moving through changes and endings when it comes to something related to, it can be your vocation and capitalism very much our purpose can be tied or worth can be tied to the income that we generate. So, I mean, we do have to acknowledge that some of you will be switching jobs or transitioning within the career, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It can be more related to, your life's work and your purpose. So realizing that, some changes need to be made. And now is a great time for that because Virgo season is all about like healthy routines and healthy habits and really cutting out bad habits or cutting out parts of the routine that don't serve us. It might be like a waste of energy or a waste of time, like really, really cleaning up energetically, but also it can be physically decluttering as well too. So, yeah, I definitely have you moving on into the next cycle, processing past emotions, past thoughts, really letting go and being able to, yeah, transition into that next cycle. And again, in the realm of your life's work. So some of you will be, as I said, some of you will be changing jobs or like having a new position or a new cycle. It could be just new responsibilities, same role, but just new responsibilities. That can be it as well too. Some of you are going to be saddled with more responsibility and not necessarily be compensated for that, or it could feel misaligned. So again, if you feel called to be looking for another career, a new phase in your vocation, in your life's work, that is something definitely that could be aligned for, for some of you. So see what they're offering and yeah, if it's not resonating, if you think you could do better, definitely be out there, put yourself out there and look for new work or negotiate, within the same company, within the same position, perhaps like better benefits, more aligned compensation for the new responsibilities that you are taking on. But I do see it as like a very contemplative time for you, although 10th house can be very much like public work and what you're putting out there in the world. There is still a balance of that inner work and inner world as well too. So a big part of moving on to the next phase in your career, your vocation, your life's work is like being able to let go what wasn't working, and like even dreams that you may have had that have evolved, like, oh, I used to think that I wanted this or that this was important to me, but now I realize it's just more time off with my family, or like a better life balance, or things like that. Like we can be so career driven in this day and age that we lose sight of what our priorities are. And of course, like having a healthy income is a priority. I get that. I'm not saying like that's not important. But we do see a shift in priorities for you in that realm. And considering Virgo is that like compassionate detachment and like really clearing out and letting go in the practical realm, just thinking about how you might want to harness that energy before you're calling in like the new opportunities to like energetically release from like the current thing that you're doing, where your energy is currently going, because there could be some blocks as far as that abundance reaching you, or there's new opportunities reaching you because you're not energetically open or aligned to that, because you still have your heart, your mind in in that old way of being. So it is a big month for you. Like Virgo season is definitely an important month for you as a Sagittarius rising. I think that like it's really harmonious, when you have like a fire rising sign, how every house is going to correspond to the same element of the sign that it's in. So every Virgo season for you is a 10th house solar activation. So you're always going to have this like alignment of those like Capricorn energy with the Virgo energy. So it just like endings and beginnings at the same time. But I say, endings first to create the space for the new beginning, and always, the inner work first before going to the outer, like align in the inner world and then put that out in the exterior, in the public life, right? Rather than doing it publicly and then trying to integrate it. First inside, then outside, and first releasing, and then manifesting, and then calling in. So I'm really happy for you. Like it looks like these changes are going to be positive overall. So as I started out, just holding space, offering you compassion as far as like, grieving the dreams that didn't work out, or like that old self that like thought they wanted something, like that was a real part of you. That was a real thing. Like if we're moving on, we're transitioning and we're releasing, it's okay to grieve old ways of being, as well too, if we're forming new habits, if we're forming healthier daily routines or more like productive daily routines. Like productivity is a part of Virgo as well too, and thinking about like 10th house and Capricorn and how they're always like working so hard and in integrity and stuff. If of course, if you're at that higher frequency. So it is like what's going on externally with Virgo season and the collective, and what's going on with you internally as a Sagittarius rising is super aligned and super harmonious. So I just want to, like send you so much love and compassion and wish you all the best with this like transitionary time, because often it can be, it can be the more challenging transitions for us when we're taking like the inner world, the inner values, what's truly important to us, and like manifesting that on the exterior as well too. But you've definitely got this. The collective energy forecast video will have more insight for you for Virgo season as a whole, if you're interested in that. And of course, you can always book a session with me. And if you feel called to leave any comments, that is great as well. I always appreciate your support on the channel. I've only been doing these forecasts in this format for a few months, so I'm always looking to receive support as far as like promoting the channel goes. So I thank you so much for your time and for tuning in, and I wish you an incredible Virgo season, Sagittarius rising. Thank you so much.